What's up, guys? I want to talk about intermittent fasting today and benefits it can actually have for you and to make you actually feel and look your best effortlessly by sticking to a schedule, not a plan per se. You actually have to do a somewhat of a plan, but a schedule that may fit perfectly in your lifestyle. Let's get to intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is basically a schedule. It's like pushing your first meal of the day way later, not having breakfast, skipping the meal, pushing it as late as you can, and then eating for 8 hours and fasting for 16 hours. There's actually different diets that actually do the 1 day a week, 24-hour fasting, but this is actually the best I found. And looking at all the studies, best I think is doing the 8-hour eating 16-hour fast. It's 16-8. They normally say fasting 16, 8-hour window, and I think that's the best. You know, you derive so many benefits from intermittent fasting that you may not realize. First, your growth hormone level increases as you don't eat. It actually rises. So if you were to eat that first meal in the morning, you're suppressing some of your greatest potential for longevity, for muscle growth, for rejuvenation, which is growth hormone. And actually your insulin sensitivity your insulin lowers. So you actually have lower insulin levels, which actually insulin is the hormone that actually stores fat when it's too high. So if you were to lower it, it actually makes things better. So I mean, these benefits are just so profound if you were to just structure your eating pattern a little differently. But you still have to hit your macros. Now, when people want to have, you know, your fat loss diet, and they think, you know, intermittent fasting is the greatest thing. Well, actually, it may not be if you're eating a surplus of calories. So those people that don't eat for like until 2 o'clock and they wake up like, you don't know, whatever time, 8, 7, 8, and they push it to 2, but then they eat more calories because they're binging. You don't want to binge. You want to basically, you know, have this thing. And actually, I found personally, when I push off my meal, I actually suppress my appetite. One time I had like some hunger pains, I ignored it. I kind of did some vacuums, some stomach muscle exercises. You know, I felt good. And you know what? I have found my mental acuity better. I found different things that has been shown in the literature to be true. So you find it for yourself and just eating more effortlessly. So if I go to dinner with my friends, we go out to dinner with my family, you know, things have been easily accounted for with calories because I haven't eaten so many meals that day. So I can have more freedom. You still want to eat healthy. You still want to have, you know, your macronutrients to have muscle mass, or you're only going to lose weight on intermittent fasting if you're in a calorie deficit. So make sure you're in a deficit, because I mean, otherwise it won't work. If you're actually in a surplus, I mean, it's not going to work. So definitely be in a calorie deficit. I have found so many things that have been great, just structuring different things better. They used to say breakfast was the most important meal of the day. I don't believe that anymore. You know, historically, we didn't have breakfast years ago. So people are finding out, you know, your digestion gets better. Everything gets digested from the day before. You don't feel sluggish. After you eat a big meal, you kind of get tired. You kind of get, you know, you want to chill. So it makes more sense to push it and get all your workouts done, and then, you know, push it later, you know, part of the day, and then you start feeling more relaxed and chill and, you know, want to take the day easy, right? So I think that's a better approach to structure yourself like that. Then you have a little more freedom. You can have a little more calories at night. You can have more fun, you know, but you still want to be healthy. You want to be in a calorie deficit if you're using intermittent fasting for weight loss.